Hey everyone, this is K Quantum here and welcome back to another episode of the ExploreOSS series where we explore awesome open source projects one video at a time every Saturday. If you remember, in the second episode of the series, we have talked about the Waves protocol and how they are solving various problems and they are making a breakthrough using the multi-chain technology in the blockchain world. And today we are back again with another awesome project in the same blockchain industry, and I think from the title you have already read the name. So without any delays, let's get started. Okay, so here we come across the Solana blockchain infrastructure. So basically what it is like a distributed app building platform. You can say it provides you all the infrastructure and the required stuff, the hardware, the network, and all the required stuff to build the distributed apps and to scale your crypto applications. As you can say, the title reads build crypto apps that scale. So this is Solana is a fast, secure, and censorship resistant blockchain providing the open infrastructure required for global adoption. As you can say, some of the stats like about total transactions have happened 1273 milliseconds of block time and average fee for transaction, and there are currently 1062 nodes in their whole network. So okay, let's scroll down. As you can see, join the fastest growing ecosystem in crypto. Some of the best projects in DeFi, Web3 and blockchain gaming choose to build on Solana for the long term. As you can see, some of the very popular applications such as crypto.com, CryptoPlease, DAGG, Symmetry, Terra, Tether, they are all building on this Solana infrastructure. So why is it making the breakthrough? So why should we not use Ether in place of this Solana, and why should we use Solana in place of Ethereum? If you remember that Ethereum platform has introduced the smart contract thing, which was missing in the Bitcoin network. And if you remember, Bitcoin revolutionized your payments and your financials, so it created the DeFi stuff, right? And Ethereum increased the use cases by bringing in smart contracts and letting you make distributed applications which are much beyond than your financial applications. And now you have this Solana project which is actually improving upon the performance and the use cases of the Ethereum blockchain itself. And to be honest, this blockchain is not even using the single code from Ethereum blockchain. They are building it most of that from scratch, and they have introduced 8 new innovations that make this blockchain so performant. So as you can see, some of the features are it is scalable, low cost and composable. So let's go to the developers tab and you can see code in your own language. So basically in Ethereum, if you wanted to build some applications, you have to go with the smart contracts thing. With Solana, you do not have any things like smart contracts or as such. You can code in your own language like Rust, C or C++ and avoid long wait times for your users. So you won't need to have delays between transactions. And so basically that means that this infrastructure is very performant. You get enterprise grade security and you don't have to deal with sharding or layer 2. So these are the 8 core innovations that helped this Solana project make these breakthroughs. First of all, they are using proof of history. So what is this proof of history? If you are familiar with blockchain, you also know that blockchain works on the proof of work strategy. So basically every machine which is in the network or the validators, or you can say the miners, have to all of them have to solve some block, and they will be wasting more of their energy on it, and finally only one of that validator is going to be rewarded. Ethereum improved upon this by bringing in proof of stake, and basically a lucky draw. The more the person is staking his money, the more his chances are of getting that opportunity to mine some block. Now this Solana project is bringing in this proof of history approach where you do not have any energy losses, you do not have any lucky draws. Instead, the complete network is tracking the time stamp of anything or the any transaction which is happening. So if you click on it and read more about it, you will get to see like they're using the same SHA-256 function. Now instead of counting upon like they are counting with the timestamp when some object was created or when it was updated, and related to it they have completed all of their algorithms verification, and they also have proved that there is very low chance, or you can say like very low chance of having a denial of service attack on the complete network, or like somebody should be able to break through like easily. He would be able to crack the blocks. That is basically like from the security purpose, you can say the proof of history approach is like safe from any attacks. Next, they have brought the Sealevel, world's first parallel smart contracts runtime. So basically, as you know, in the Ethereum or like basically Ethereum itself, who introduced the smart contracts thing, they had like if you are writing some smart contract, it would be executed only in a single thread, you can say, or it is very like sequential, like one process is happening after the other. But here with this new innovation, they have introduced parallel processing of smart contracts. So basically they are using GPUs and like various other tips and tricks to like provide parallel computation of these smart contracts. And then you have the Tower BFT. So they have created their own high performance implementation of the PBFT. So PBFT is basically a practical Byzantine fault tolerance. And then they have another fourth innovation, which is pipeline, so transaction processing unit for validation. And the fifth one they have is Turbine, a block propagation protocol. So what this Turbine does is, like if you remember, if you want to send some data or a block to over the network to let's say a very large number of validators, you will need a large amount of bandwidth to send this data. So they have improved upon this problem by like developing Turbine, a block propagation protocol which reduces the effort used to like transfer the blocks to different validators. As you can see, they have given an example, like if a network has about 20k validators and the leader needs to transmit a 128 MB block, then to all the 20,000 validators, the naive implementation would require that the validator will send the block data 20,000 times, and there simply isn't enough bandwidth to accommodate that many connections. So they have brought like these Turbine implementation where they're actually this is the block propagation protocol. And the last innovation which you can see is the Achievers, which is a distributed ledger storage. And before that we have CloudBreak and Gulfstream. So CloudBreak is something which lets you scale horizontally by adding more of the hardware to the network. So like how does this compare to the Ethereum network? You can say, like if you read this intro part here, you can see that Solana is the most performant permissionless blockchain in the world. On current iterations of the Solana testnet, a network of just 200 physically distinct nodes support a sustained throughput of more than 50,000 transactions per second. And if you compare it to Ethereum, where this amount of transactions is around only 10 to 15 per second, and these all are using like the GPU too. So previously, like in the running of these transactions, like GPU weren't very like common running these transactions. And for the developers, you can just come here and click on this build now button. You will be migrated to this docs.solana.com, where you can see like how you can manage a wallet, run a validator node, or you can start building your own applications. So you have got different clients here, like a Web3 JavaScript API, the Rust API, and also a JSON RPC API. So come over here and try to build more of the applications over it. And now if we talk about the network itself, you can see over the block explorer. You can see that the current market cap is about like $8.4 billion, and the current pricing is about $30.64, and they're ranking at the 14th positions out of all the cryptocurrencies. You can see like the stats are very good in here if you see. Yeah, so overall this Solana project is basically a kind of a breakthrough in this blockchain technologies, because you can see like how much improvement they have done in the already existing chains, right? So even if you could combine with multi-chain technologies and all, you would never achieve this amount of transaction and like the performance which Solana is giving alone, right? And if you combine it with the multi-chain technology, you can like migrate your apps and all of the existing applications directly to the Solana chain. Okay, so that